hurricane winds that are impenetrable in their fury, or the oppressive heat of a drought, or blizzards. These are dreadful displays of nature. Fury is another name for bad weather. However, few of them can match the fastest worldwide winds. Hello and welcome to Z. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Converting farms into wasteland as it spins up high, removing trees from their roots and damaging tornadoes. You read that right, towns. Continued bad weather. Nevertheless, survivalists assert that anybody can plan for a tornado. Therefore, let's learn how to endure a tornado. The initial and crucial step: any experienced meteorologist, survivalist, or tornado hunter will inform you that you must understand what you're coping with. Without knowing what something is exactly, whenever there is an additional tip or piece of advice, is likely to be ineffective and do no good in the end. Even when there isn't a storm, a tornado, rain, or a storm, without knocking, it arrives, and its formation is abrupt and rapid. Only a few minutes could pass before a tornado begins to devastate everything in the way. They typically occur in the summer, when the higher portions are heated and the ground. Chilly winds have an impact on the atmosphere, caused by supercell thunderstorms. Updrafts are a common byproduct of the heated air. Air rising in a heated stream. Rain is also brought by thunderstorms, with a descending cold air current known as an updraft. As you could expect, these two swift air streams getting into a collision is not a good idea whatsoever for anyone. Cold air can't move higher up, and warm air can't. Unable to lower, they collide with such force that a whirling is produced. Wall cloud immediately below the parenting level storm. The updraft and the downdraft both diminished with time, becoming steadily more powerful. It ultimately results in a vertical column of air that is whirling and begins to draw debris from the earth like a massive sewer. This is when a tornado's funnel first appears, by way of the rotating wall cloud. It descends from the cloud to the ground, as if the storm is attempting to suck the ground with a long, strange snout. And it won't hesitate to seize anything. Take a ride. The object has tremendous force. Think about this: a tornado can be up to a diameter of 2 miles. Sometimes, the wind might reach 300 miles per hour. Moreover, the funnel's traversal speed to the ground is between 25 and 40 miles per hour, although occasionally it might go up to 70 miles per hour. It wouldn't be a good idea to race something such a way, and it's definitely not welcome intruder in your backyard. But how can you keep from running into a tornado? Being vigilant is the best approach to ensure your safety. Observe your surroundings and make emergency plans in your direction. Is a tornado? The majority of tornadoes occur during the summer each year, and their preferred location on Earth must the US be. In reality, the word tornado exists. Alley, which encompasses the majority of southeastern and regions of the country's Midwest. However, don't assume that being outside is safe. Of these areas, if you can believe it, tornadoes have appeared. Winter was in full swing, and at the least obvious locations. Meteorologists continue to put forth a lot of effort to more information on tornadoes and their causes of how they formed. Your greatest chance is to take a warning into account. It's fortunate they calculated their chances of survival. Most of the time, figure out how to foresee them. Additionally, you may train to become a tornado observer. These are professionals with specialized training who find the earliest indications of a storm creates a tornado. Moreover, 230,000 of these watchful individuals exist. Observers of storms in the U.S. They must first determine whether the storm is creating a wall cloud is a supercell. They appear to be rather simple to spot, like a huge bulge in the base of the clouds that, as an updraft from the ground begins to spin, it is struck. When they notice the beginning of a wall cloud to divide into groups dubbed beaver stories, people are aware that they are viewing the birth of the tornado. However, how do they know where to look? Here's where technology is useful. Weather radar, which is used by meteorologists, is used the pulse Doppler technique. Raindrops can be found using pulse Doppler radars and accurately determine the distance to them and their speed. On the basis of that data, meteorologists can create a comprehensive picture of changes in the weather. The same radars can identify storm rotation from more than 160 miles away, clouds. When observers identify the urgent warning of approaching tornadoes will instantly sound. To miss, you would have to be seated in a bunker. This one, since it will be present everywhere. In relation to bunkers, you would likely be happy to have one close by or available to you if you're going through a situation like a tornado classified as F3. Additionally, there are 6 of these categories, so can envision the challenges you face with something more powerful than an F3. If you can't, here's a brief summary. With you, an F0 tornado resembles a landspout more so, won't result in any serious harm. To be secure, you should only trim the branch of a tree that is closest to your windows so that will not damage them. Your house is your castle if not. An F1 tornado with 110 miles per hour wind gusts mph, which is more of an issue. I hope you're not a mobile home dweller, and if you do, run and hide somewhere else. This powerful a tornado can easily push a mobile phone house is lifted off its base. A F2 tornado can uproot tiny trees. The surface. It would destroy any mobile home. Even the roofs of properly built homes will partially collapse against the fierce wind, with a 160 miles per hour wind. The real trouble starts when a tornado reaches an F3. Wind gusts of up to 205 miles per hour are possible. Houses' upper floors are all in jeopardy. And any wind-borne debris becomes deadly. Weapons. These storms have the power to lift automobiles and destroy brick walls. The most uncommon tornadoes are F4 and F5, however the most hazardous as well. If you ever hear anything similar is heading in your direction, it's best to find an underground shelter, safe chamber, or bunker nearby. These monstrosities can literally create structures. Automobiles take off from the ground and soar through the air. For 300 feet, thankfully, there are numerous shelters that are designed primarily to shield anyone from you don't fully understand tornadoes and storms. Require having a private one for yourself. But an emergency would be good to have. Just in case, a kit the best supplies to include in a survival kit rain gear, flares, a radio, and a first aid kit, an air horn, and an extra bright torch batteries, at least one mechanical can opener, a supply of 3 gallons of water per person, several walkie-talkies, and prepared lunches. With all of it, create a stash somewhere. You'll always be ready at your home. If a tornado strikes, that is the worst-case scenario. You by surprise. Picture yourself operating a vehicle when a massive twister appears in front of you. Rain cloud. Then, what would you do? The initial concept that comes to mind is to simply turn around and leave it as quickly as you can. However, that's a poor decision of actions. In a car, the greatest strategy for avoiding a tornado is in order to determine its course and turn your direction around 90 degrees from this. But keep in mind, if it's nearby, don't believe that your car will provide protection. Not just the wind is frightening here. The tornado, the debris that it swirls about is more noticeable. It might quickly cause serious harm to your car. A second. Leave the car as far away from the house as possible. As far away as you can be. Your best course of action in this dire situation is to locate a ditch, hide, and cover your tracks. Whatever means at your disposal. However, the basement of any adjoining structure would, except for the big ones, a better hiding place. Cinemas or shopping centers may be very if you wish to run from tornadoes. This is risky. Myth: larger structures are inherently safer is merely a myth. Additionally, there are other twister-related myths. it might be necessary to tell them the truth. For enduring a catastrophe, one contends that opening windows is preferable during a tornado, and that is completely untrue. It does. Open windows could lift in the wind entire floors or a roof easily. Additionally, it's crucial to depart. Keep the windows closed and away from them until the wind has stopped. Another crucial misunderstanding is that smaller tornadoes are less powerful and hazardous. That's untrue as well. The majority of F4 tornadoes barely exceeded only 300 feet in circumference, yet they accomplished a lot. Damage too. Twisters are unstable because they alter their forms continuously. So, don't just rely on what you see. Not all tornadoes are both hazardous. No matter how small or slowly a twister appears to be, try not to undervalue it, and always utilize every preventative measure available. Who are you? Ever saw a real tornado? Please tell me in the comments section. Give credit if you learned something new today. Give this video a like and tell a friend about it. Yet, hey, avoid falling into not a ditch yet. You may watch over 2,000 fascinating videos on our site. Close out. Simply choose either the left or right. Please click the video to watch it. Keep in mind to always see the positive side of things.